Hi, so if you don't know me, my name's Cody Wilson. I work at Healing Place Church and I have the extraordinary privilege of helping put on the Special Needs Easter Extravaganza every year for special needs individuals and their families. And in case you haven't met my incredible son, this is Braden. He is rocking the man bun tonight. He is our special little pillow angel. And if you don't know, he lives here at home with us, most of the time with a nurse, on a ventilator and 6 other machines that you can see behind me. So this weekend I was asked to share up on stage just about what it's like to be a special needs parent. And maybe you're not a special needs parent. Maybe you are a caregiver who is taking care of a loved one, a family member, and you might be feeling some of the same things and go through some of the same things that we do. And so I just wanted to talk a minute about the loneliness and the isolation that we can go through. I understand you, and you are not alone. I have spent hours in waiting rooms waiting for tests and procedures and appointments. I have spent hours on the phone arranging appointments, therapies, having waiver meetings, attending evaluations and IEPs. And God help us all that time on the phone with sorting out insurance, billing with the pharmacies, the doctor's offices, the durable medical equipment suppliers, the labs, and other vendors. I've spent hours at my son's bedside praying for our miracle, and I have spent days on end in the hospital, and I have spent years listening to on-hold music and not getting enough sleep. So I just wanted you to know that I've also been you. I've also had family members who want to help, but for whatever reason just can't. Family members who are scared to even learn to do skilled care out of fear. So I understand also being angry with friends or family, and being angry with God. You know, our children, our loved ones did nothing to deserve their condition. You did nothing to deserve the condition that they were given. Your ancestors did nothing. So when I'm angry, I just want to tell you from personal experience, I would pray Ephesians 4:26-27 out of the Message Bible. And it says, go ahead and be angry. You do well to be angry. But just don't let the sun go down on your anger, because that's where the devil takes a hold in your foothold in your life. So I want you to know that being angry is okay, as long as you don't live there. So I was you. I have been that mom who walked into the Easter extravaganza 7 years ago, attending for a second time, and it was the first time I had gotten my hair cut in a year, because as a caregiver we just kind of put ourselves on the back burner. It was the first time my son had a professional haircut himself. But I found a church full of people just willing to love and embrace us for who we are, just how God designed us. And I just want to encourage you, too, that we are meant to be in community. You are not meant to do this alone. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10 says 2 are better than 1, because when they have a good reward for their toil. For if one falls, one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up. This is where you kind of have to be proactive a little bit, especially if you're watching online because you haven't been out in the community, because you just can't leave your home, because you're spending all of your time caring for another individual. So there are support groups online. I encourage you to find one. I encourage you to find friends or a group of people who can lift you up and be there for you. So, I know sometimes in the middle of it, when it gets hard and you're feeling desperate and you're feeling like you are the only one who has ever gone through this or is going through this, I want you to know that you are not alone, and that there are people who understand. And so the importance of community is that there are people there who can give you a hand and lift you up and encourage you and tell you that you can do this. and that to everything there is a season, and that sometimes we have hard seasons and sometimes it gets a little easier. Doesn't mean that we're going to be given an easy life by any means, but there's an ebb and flow to things, and it gets easier if you work on building your own village, your own support system. So get out there online, find your local families helping families, find your local support groups, find support groups for the diagnosis, for whatever it is that you guys are dealing with. And so I just wanted to send a note of love and encouragement to you tonight and let you know that you are not alone. You don't have to do this alone. I know for myself, with God, I can do all things through Him with His strength. So don't try to do this alone, but you are loved. What you are doing is important, but you are not alone.